So who can we expect the president to tap to replace Kennedy? Here now to weigh in is former Department of Justice official Hans von Spakovsky. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Sure thing.
All right, so just tell us, who's it going to be?
Well, nobody. We don't really know.
No, that's true. We do have some names, though, some potential nominees, and the president has said that he will pull from that list of 25 that we know of. Let's take a look at some of the top names right now that we're looking through as they scroll through. Amy Barrett, and then I can't read them that quickly, but there's 25 of them. We've narrowed it down to about 6, and we're being told that Brett Kavanaugh is possibly in the lead.
Yep.
Now, what do you know about these folks?
Well, Brett Kavanaugh now has a really good record on the Court of Appeals in the District of Columbia. You know, he worked in the Bush administration, and I mean, if you read his opinions, he is the kind of conservative, the kind of constitutionalist that I'm sure that the president would like on the Supreme Court.
And then possibly a woman, Amy Coney Barrett, as well?
Yes. Yeah, Amy Coney Barrett, she's also now, you know, on the Court of Appeals, and she was the target of some very nasty anti-Catholic bias when she was going through her confirmation hearings before. But again, a conservative justice, someone who believes in the Constitution being applied as it was written.
Yeah, and she was just recently added, correct? She was, what, 5 that were recently added? And then another top name, Amul Tapar.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, the list that the president came up with really is an amazing list. And these are all folks who I think would fulfill what the president wants. He wants somebody like Justice Scalia, like Neil Gorsuch has proved in his first year, someone who is not going to vote the wrong way on some issues the way, unfortunately, Justice Kennedy has in the past.
Right. So he ended up being the swing vote, even though he was initially brought in by Reagan. He was supposed to be the conservative vote, but he broke it down, you know, and now it's like 4-4. So very important, as you were saying, who President Trump brings in, a more conservative judge that could, you know, have implications for generations.
No, that's true. And all you need to do is look at this week. This was the last week at the Supreme Court. We had all these great decisions come out, but they were all 5-4. For example, holding up the travel ban of President Trump, that was a 5-4 decision. The union case just now was also a 5-4 decision. That tells you how important that 5th vote that Justice Kennedy represented is for future cases.
So what are the chances that the vote will be confirmed before they reconvene in October, before the midterms?
I think that's 100%. They want to get someone in. They don't want a 4-4 court deciding major cases coming up. And there's lots of precedent for this. Remember, Elena Kagan was nominated by President Obama in 2010, also a midterm year. She was nominated in May. She was confirmed in August. So we're going to hear very quickly from the president who he wants, and I pretty much guarantee you they're going to try to get her confirmed before the October term starts.
And that being the key, a midterm election versus a presidential election, a very big difference.
Right.
All right. Thank you so much, Hans. We appreciate it. We will see what happens next. Actually, see what happens today, because you never know.
You're right.
Thank you.
Sure.
Well, the time now is about 18 minutes after the top.